Kanangra is fantastic. It's classic wilderness, remote and rugged terrain with 1,000-metre deep gorges running off the plateau between mountains. Kanangra is home to many challenging trips, offering a lifetime of exploration in bushwalking, scrambling and canyoning.
Well, we're out at Kanangra and there's about a foot of snow 2 days ago and the snow's still lying here. Our plan today is to go down Thurat Rift.
The approach to Thurat Rift takes you along the Kingpin Fire Trail and over the top of Mount Thurat and then on to Burraganama Hill. We dropped into the creek about 300 metres before the first drop, where we arrived after 2.5 hours bushwalk. We enjoyed the sun while taking morning tea and getting ready for the descent. We weren't entirely sure how many abseils there would be, how long it would take, or how wet we'd get. The first abseiler would usually peer over the edge apprehensively before each drop, hoping to see a shallow pool waiting below. We start the upper section of Thurat Rift with an abseil of about 40 metres down the side of the waterfall.
Bottom of the first drop, on to the second drop.
The waterflow is probably what you would consider normal. We abseil straight down the middle of the waterflow on many of the abseils, with the spray just reaching up to our knees. The most canyon-like section of the descent is at the bottom of the second abseil and continues with the third abseil through a 4-metre wide chasm. Thurat Rift must receive a fair amount of traffic as there were slings placed for anchors at every drop and most of the drops had newish tape. We abseiled 6 times in the upper section of Thurat Rift. The 5th abseil was the most pretty, down a cascading runnel. After the 6th drop, the gorge opens out at a right-hand bend. A lovely bushwalk through rainforest follows for maybe half a kilometre until the creek turns vertical again. We started abseiling again with our 7th abseil, choosing to bypass a deep pool by traversing dirt slopes on the true left, but still finding a waist-deep pool at the bottom. We find a sun-drenched boulder to stop for lunch with an abyss waiting just ahead. The 8th abseil looked massive and we weren't sure that our 60-metre ropes would reach, so we were looking out for a point to re-rig on the way down.
So we're on a little ledge, about 40 metres below the previous anchor and 20 metres above the bottom. 60-metre rope didn't reach, but it would have been very close.
It transpires that the 60-metre rope was only 1 or 2 metres short. A scramble and then a short abseil brings us to the best abseil of the descent. A clean wall beside a cascading waterfall ending in a waist-deep pool. Communication is difficult with the noise of the waterfalls reverberating off the giant walls. So, we use whistles on the 50-metre drops to communicate.
Well, we're certainly now into double figures now of abseils.
The final big drop of the descent is very picturesque. It's a 50-metre abseil down a cascading waterfall runnel. A fitting finale for what has been more of a pleasant descent than a serious one. 2 more abseils and 2 climb downs complete the 600 vertical metres of descent.
Well, we've made it to Kanangra Creek. It's about 9.5 hours since we left the car. All well and good. It's about an hour and a half till darkness, so we're now going to wander upstream and hopefully find somewhere nice to camp for tonight.
Our choice of return route to the Kanangra Plateau is via the spectacular and exhilarating Thurat Spires, the highlight of the weekend, with exposed scrambling and a number of abseils to get off the second spire. Spire Head offers commanding views of Kanangra Walls, Mount Cloudmaker and beyond. All in all, a great weekend with great company, and as usual, Kanangra does not disappoint.